Hi, I'm Dr. Andrea Anderloni. I'm the director of the Biliopancreatic Endoscopy Unit at Humanitas Research and Clinical Hospital in Milan. On behalf of my co-authors, I would like to thank Gastrointestinal Endoscopy for giving us the opportunity to share the results of our recently published paper entitled New Biliary and Pancreatic Biodegradable Stent, a single-center prospective pilot study. Biodegradable stents may represent an attractive therapeutic option in the field of biliopancreatic diseases. The major advantage of biodegradable stents is the avoidance of repeated endoscopy for stent removal, with potential benefit reducing patient discomfort, as well as the risk of adverse events, while limiting the healthcare costs. In recent years, feasibility and safety of endoscopic placement of different biodegradable biliary stents has been investigated in few pilot studies, with promising results. Nevertheless, in most of the human studies, polydioxin on biodegradable biliary stents has been evaluated. But there is still debate on the foreign body reaction of biliary cells to polydioxin, giving the previous reports of intensive tissue reaction associated with its use in the esophagus. Recently, new biliary and pancreatic biodegradable stents have been developed for endoscopic use. These stents are called Archimedes biodegradable stents. Archimedes stents have an helicoidal shape that is thought to facilitate bile flow on the outer stent surface while supporting the duct opening. In order to meet different clinical needs and to fit with specific indication, Archimedes stents are provided in 3 different expected speed of degradation. So we will have the fast degrading stent that is 12 days, the medium one that is 20 days, and the slow one, 11 weeks. Moreover, Archimedes biodegradable stents are provided in different sites with 3 outer diameters. That is 6 French, 8 French, and 10 French. And of course, they are provided in different lengths, ranging from 40 millimeters up to 125 millimeters. The aim of the study was to evaluate the biodegradation time, the technical success of implantation, and the safety of the newly available biliary and pancreatic biodegradable stents. The primary outcome was the evaluation of degradation time of the stent, which was controlled by abdominal radiograph at 2 different times, depending on the degradation speed of the stent. Secondary outcomes were technical success and the evaluation of specific stent-related technical features such as loadability, pushability, and fluoroscopy visibility, that were arbitrarily scored on a 3-level scale as excellent, good, and fair in comparison to standard plastic biliary and pancreatic stents. We recorded also any adverse events. This was a single-center prospective pilot study on consecutive patients with indication to biliary or pancreatic plastic stent positioning during ERCP. Before placement, Archimedes stents needs to be pre-activated, as you can see in the next video. This is the packaging of a 10 French biliary stent that need to be pre-activated by immersion in sterile saline for 1 minute. The stent is then inserted over a standard guide wire and pushed by a standard ERCP catheter through the working channel of the duodenoscope. 38 patients were enrolled and received 53 biodegradable stents. The main indication for placement of the majority of the biodegradable stents were cholangitis, post-ERCP pancreatitis prevention, and post-cholecystectomy biliary stricture. This is the endoscopic appearance of the stent placement. You can see the stent coming from the operative channel of a standard duodenoscope, pushed on a standard guide wire by a catheter. The stent is then released by withdrawing the guide wire. Here you can see the bile coming from the inside and from the outer surface of the stent. And this is the final X-ray appearance of the stent at the end of the procedure. Overall, 35 slow-degrading stents, 6 medium-degrading stents, and 12 fast-degrading stents were used in the study. At T1, partial degradation of the stent was present in 90% of the cases. We had 5 stents resulted prematurely migrated. At the subsequent T2 evaluation, complete degradation occurred in 100% of the cases. All the biliary stents were placed after sphincterotomy. Of notice, we have used the stent in a multi-stenting manner in 12 patients. Technical success of stent placement was achieved in all the patients for both biliary and pancreatic stents. Stent loadability was defined as excellent in all cases. Pushability of the stent scored as excellent in more than 90% of the cases. For the fluoroscopic visibility, the majority of the stent, that is 73%, were scored as excellent and good in 20% of the cases. We had one case of post-ERCP pancreatitis in a patient who was subjected to pancreatic stent placement to prevent post-ERCP pancreatitis after difficult biliary cannulation. In conclusion, in the present prospective single-center pilot study, we showed that biodegradation of the new biliary and pancreatic biodegradable Archimedes stents is reliable and in line with expected times. Moreover, stent implantation was technically successful in a variety of indications, with a favorable safety profile. Of course, further multicenter randomized studies are needed in order to evaluate the performance of the Archimedes biodegradable stents in specific indication, especially when compared with the standard practice of care. Finally, I would like to thank all of you for your time in listening to this brief presentation. Take care.